was not arrest, it was abduction. It was abduction because the security operatives that came from government house were hooded. They were all masked, 20 security personnel.
You can imagine just to arrest one person coming with that number.
You cannot see their face. You can't even identify if they are police from force headquarters or they are not. But I think I want to thank the IG of police who has done very, very well in unraveling the circumstances and the that brought my abduction by these security agencies. I lost my mom, and I buried my mom on the 22nd December 2021. On the 26th, I was in the church for the outing service, and the parish priest was already preaching. By 11 o'clock, I saw my PA came into the church and told me that there are some strange movements. I said, okay, probably it was one of those VIPs that wants to come in. Bring them in. By the time my PA would have come in, these security operatives came inside the church. 10 of them. Some went on top of the altar. One came and tapped me and said, "You're under arrest." I said, what have I done? Why should you arrest me inside church? Before I could even ask him, why should you arrest me inside church? He cocked his gun and told me that if I don't get up, he was going to shoot me.
Governor UZODINMA just embarrassed himself, honestly. He disgraced himself.
My wife was asking them, what is his offense? The guy cocked his gun and started shooting. At that moment, the parish priest started shouting, "What is it? What is it?" The church went into commotion and people started running helter-skelter. They dragged me out, dragged me towards their vehicle. As they were dragging me, they were shooting constantly. They never stopped until they were able to put me inside their vehicle. I followed them. Inside the vehicle, they came with 4 vehicles. 1 military vehicle that is attached to the governor of Imo State. 1 Ford Hilux that is attached to the governor of Imo State. 1 Ford Jeep that is attached to the governor of Imo State. And 1 white van that is attached to the governor of Imo State. My police orderlies, some of my police
they
know them, and they called their name. They were asking them with their name. One is Sonny, one is his nickname is Terror. They were asking them, what is the problem? They were shooting. And they asked me to lie down on the vehicle, on the floor of the van. One of them used his leg on my head. And with that speed, I've never seen this kind of movement. They sped as if the world wants to end. And when we got to Owerri, when we got to Njaba, they stopped. And the other one that was putting his leg on my head now cocked his gun and said, "Oga, go down." So at that time, I thought I was going to be killed. And when I came down, he dragged me to the other vehicle, the Ford Jeep in front, and pushed me inside. Now, inside the Ford Jeep was 1 masked policeman by my right, by my left. The one driving had marks on his face. The other one, masked also. They now sped, and the other one followed them at the back. When we were about getting to Owerri, the other one told the other one in Hausa, "Abunga has entered the internet." So the other one now saw
the story has entered the internet.
Yes, and the other one saw it and hit his leg and
said, so they were not Southeasterners, the security operatives?
No, they were not.
They were not?
They were not, because they were speaking, they are security operatives in government house. So they were speaking, at that time, they didn't know that I speak Hausa. So when we got to government house roundabout, the other remaining vehicle veered into government house. Then that particular one that took me started going towards Angara Road. And at that point, I started asking them, what did I do? They said, "Oga, keep quiet." They drove me all the way to Okigwe. At that Okigwe, they now moved towards Enugu. So at that time, they started communicating with somebody named Shaba. Because as I was sitting at the back, I was looking at the man in the front, and the calls keep coming. So I saw the name Shaba. So he was telling him in Hausa, "Murikeshi, Oga, we have him. Murikeshi Karkadam, Oga, we have him. Don't worry." So I was scared, and I told them, "If you want to kill me, why don't you let me know that you want to kill me? Let me know that you want to kill me." Then the other one sitting by my side is, "Oga, keep quiet." They drove me all the way to Enugu. When we got to almost getting to Enugu, they now called the same Shaba, who is the CSO to Governor UZODINMA, who now asked them to ask me to remove my clothes. They now said, "Oga, remove your clothes. We want to take a picture of you." They removed my clothes, brought a handcuff, put a handcuff on me, and took my picture. That one went outside, sent the picture that is trending to the same Shaba, who is the CSO to Governor UZODINMA. And they came back again and said, "Okay, we want to take your video." And that one came back, took my video, sent to the same Shaba, and then they came back. So at that point, the other one was, the way they were behaving, and I spoke Hausa to them. The other one said, "Kai, I said, yeah, Zaku Kasheni." When they know that I speak Hausa, they now calm down. And when we got to Enugu Airport, we waited for 1 hour, 30 minutes at Enugu Airport. And they were communicating with Shaba and the person coming from Abuja. Then when the plane landed, they put a cap on me and moved me inside the airport to the private wing. They held me as if I was a common criminal. I was still asking them, why are you doing this?
Exactly what I wanted to ask. Did you ask them what you did and why they
I
arrested
asked them
you?
why are they doing this to me. They were not saying anything. They said it was a directive from government's house that they should get me. So when we got to the airport, behold, there was a private jet, and they put me inside the private jet. And the private jet brought me to Abuja. It was when I came to Abuja that I got to know that the police hierarchy was not aware that I was being abducted and kidnapped by these operatives from government house. They lied to the IG of police, who I have to recommend for his professionalism, and that I was invited for several times, and I refused to come. And I told the IG that I was never invited. No invitation letter, no calls, nobody reached me. I just went to the church for my mom's Thanksgiving service, and I was abducted by security operatives from government house, led by Shaba, the CSO to the governor of Imo State. And this is how I was humiliated, handcuffed, the picture of the handcuff, put in inside the social media. I was asking, who has the right to put my picture on handcuff in social media? And again, the question now we should ask those that did this evil act, who paid for the private jet? Because I looked at the private jet does not belong to Nigerian police. Who paid for the private jet that took me? Because all this that happened was not an attempt to arrest me, it was an attempt to kill me. Why I say this is because the people that came from Abuja, they were told around 4, and they left Abuja around 4. So it was not like the plane was waiting for us to arrive. So I think they changed their mind when they saw that the thing has gone viral on the internet. They now started going to Enugu, where they wanted to make it look official. I asked myself this question: why should somebody come to the altar of God to shoot?
Okay.
I know that Nigerian police, led by the current IG, cannot do this kind of dirty job inside police, inside the altar.
The church.
It is the security operatives, the same Shaba and police who did what they did at Royal Spring Farm, the same group of people that shot one of R0ßß's in-law, Uzo Anwoka, and shot him on the leg. The same group of people thought that when they did that, they went scot-free. The same Shaba now led this team in order to kill me and to assassinate me.
This is to tell you the kind of impunity going on in Nigerian government. It didn't just start now, because these people, what they are doing now, it is what has been done before now. And those who did that in the past, they got away with it. And that is why you see some people, they still want to continue to do the same thing. And again, this man is even setting a very, very bad precedent. I mean, from the federal government to the state government. Because the reason why they themselves got this kind of boldness was that it's been done in the past and nothing happened, and they're doing it and nothing will still happen. Other ones will still come and do the same thing. Not that even one is even pitying Uche Nwosu himself, because now dog, now they eat dog. That is the way they show their, their recklessness. Very, very unfortunate.